Okay guys, and now is the final step for finishing the D-Max hood. I gotta cut my vents. So all I gotta do now, cut the vents. Once the vents are cut, the D-Max hood is done, and then all we're waiting for is to actually plasti up the whole Miata. So let's get to it. Alright, so here's the hood, and what we're gonna be cutting out is going to be this portion right here. So we're not gonna cut the whole thing out. We're probably gonna take about an inch to maybe half an inch out of this, and then that way we can keep the structure still strong. The only one that's different is because the hood's in the way. I'm gonna have to do something different for this one, and I'm gonna actually have to come from this side to take that portion out. But time to get started.
Leave me here, you were never good enough. Won't change a thing now, there was never trust. Don't you say a word, cause I've heard it all. You were just a pain when you felt it all. Oh. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone.
Well guys, I'm a fucking idiot. Look at that. I cut right through my hood. Clear through it. So now I gotta fix that. And whatever. Not looking forward to it, but I'll do it.
So what's this say here?
So I want to show Kyle what I just did. I want to see his reaction.
Oh, god damn it. Wow. Right through the fiberglass. Damn, bro. Well, looks like you need to use some more of that fiberglass and fill that shit. I mean, it's fixable. That's not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be. It's just going to need to be fiberglass. And, oh, you cut it there too.
That's fine. The
And
inside,
there.
yeah, no, the inside's fine. I don't care about that.
And there.
That's fine.
What were you using?
Cut off wheel.
Damn it, that's why. Jesus. Fiberglass, bro, that's the only way it's gonna get it. Because, yeah, because like here. Oh, it's because you were trying to cut this, huh?
Yeah.
Hurts my heart. My soul. So sad. It's okay, it's fixable.
Okay, so I got a ghetto fix. I'm gonna see if this works. So right in there I got a piece of cardboard from a nail box, and then I taped it up on there so it's firm and doesn't move. And as you can tell, it fills the hole. Now I'm gonna throw some Bondo on top of there after I sand this down. As ghetto as the repair is, I think I fixed it. And actually, came out pretty good. This is nice and smooth. It doesn't have any bumps or anything. You can kind of see it's all smooth. Now, this is good. This can get painted over fine. However, under here, you can see this little strip looks like gum. That's all hardened Bondo. So I'm going to leave that there because no one's really going to look that close underneath the car. And I really don't care when the hood's shut because I'm mostly the one under here. But in the front, should be good. So gonna paint that over and should be good as new. Alright guys, so I just recently went to the auto parts store, went and picked up a head gasket, and I think we're gonna just try to send it with this if I can. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of just trying everything I can because I'm going crazy here and I just want to be able to drive at the next event. So while I wait to find an engine, I'm gonna see if this might fix my problem. So I'm going to take this right here, this little buffer ball kind of thing. It's almost like a Brillo pad that's really soft, and I'm going to use that on my block to clean off all that old head gasket material, and also use it on my head to do the exact same thing. So let's get started. so I just finished doing this. I think everything I'm seeing in here is pretty much staining because this is all smooth. Like, you can't feel a difference. So, I think it's good. I'm going to go see about Kyle's seal of approval. And then maybe get started on the head.
Once you leave me, it's over. No turning back, not today. Don't you come running back now. I'm not a home for the shame. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone.
So guys, in order to test this when we get done, we're going to have to put the flywheel, clutch, and tranny back on. So I'm going to do that right now.
Baby, there ain't no one like you. You chose to keep the truth inside. Ooh, baby, give my all to you.
So guys, we are can't seem to find our clutch alignment tool. So what we're going to do is we're going to at least put the head gasket on, put the head on. We're just going to get it real nice and clean and neat, and then go from there. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to figure out if we have compression or not. Who knows? So let's do it. Austin's over here getting this thing all nice and clean. Now we're just getting ready to vacuum out these little holes here. That way we got a nice clean surface to bond it to. So a little trick, make sure to lube up the cylinder bores before you put this thing on. Just don't hit the surface. Just because you want to make sure that when you first start this up, it's not bone dry. One thing that's interesting, if you look inside there, it's kind of hard to tell. It's actually relatively not that bad. Like, there's not a lot of corrosion. And like this block overall, it's not great, but it's not terrible either. So I have good hopes for this. Alright guys, well he's back there finishing cleaning everything up. My voice is gone, so that's why I've been MIA. We're just going to go and spray this thing with some of this here gasket, copper gasket, whatever you want to call it. And just basically it's going to help it seal. So we're going to spray this on the head gasket. Okay, so he's going to get the copper coated head gasket to put that thing on. Sorry guys, my voice is terrible. Maybe you should do the talking, Austin, because mine's like screwed.
About it.
Huh?
It just sounds like you smoke 3 packs a day.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
Okay, so what way does it go? Oh,
It only goes one way. Thank you, Mazda. So, okay, so you see here, you got this oblong looking one there.
Oh, so
There's
that
only
goes
one.
that. Yeah. And then those
And
two.
then you got those two. There you go. Nice and neat. Clean and lined up. Oh, you just touched the copper.
That's copper.
Why you go touching the
Where's the
copper?
copper spray?
That's not going to be the reason this doesn't work, I promise.
Okay, so.
You can remember that if it is. It's recorded. There we go.
What way does this go?
Well, I would say the way that Yep, no, you got it backwards.
No, I don't.
Oh. You.
You set it on top?
Yeah, just set it as line it up with the dowels. Use the dowels to line it up.
We're on.
Okay, so now you got to get your bolts. Bolt time. Okay, so we're doing this like the old school small blocks here. So when we
I'll talk.
Oh, well, okay.
So we gotta take these out, put a little bit of oil on them, and then you put them in. Make sure the threads are clean, and you torque them in a pattern. Kyle, you know the pattern. I don't know
Oh,
the pattern.
can I talk now?
I don't mind your voice. You were the one that was upset about your voice.
I was just being sarcastic. Okay, so anyway.
Can you talk right
Yes,
now?
I can talk. I'm just going to sound terrible. So, okay, so when we're looking at this, I need to speak with my chest. Alright, so when we're looking at this, what we're doing is, it's kind of like a snail. So from the front of the engine, remember you're starting over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you just repeat. And we're going to do that in like the stages. So we'll do 20, we'll do 40, and then we'll do 60. And we'll be good.
Now we just fingering our engine together, get it nice and finger tight, and then yeah, then we'll move on to torquing. So we just heard like what sounded like a gunshot. It was pretty crazy.
Like we know what backfire sounds like on cars. We love shooting. We know what gunshots sound like. That sounded like a gunshot, like a small arm, like a handgun or like a shotgun.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
wasn't like a rifle or anything.
Dude, that's weird. That did not sound right.
I'm just gonna.
We're just gonna ignore that.
I got shit to
I
do.
mean, if we got to, we got guns, but
Yeah, that's true.
we're good.
All right, these are all hand tight. Ah, my back.
So we're just gonna guess that this is about 20 foot-pounds, since my wrench doesn't go down to 20. So we're just gonna just kind of guess, and then we'll do 40. All right, 40. Here you go, buddy.
I almost smacked my face.
That would have been bad. 40. Going in. Okay, so maybe we didn't get 20. Oh, there it is. Now we just gotta do 9 more. That's not the torque wrench. That's your block. Oh, God.
That was.
There's the torque wrench.
I know it's a little out of order, but if that was close. That was a torque wrench right there. That
Oh
last
my
one.
God, that sounds terrible. That's sketchy. Sketchy as shit.
60.
Ooh, here we go. Hopefully
I'm
we
not
don't-
ready for this.
Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Hey, look at that.
One's good.
There's
good.
2. Here's the bad one. Oh
7.
my God. That is a terrible sound. You're over torqued.
There we go.
Oh my God, the sound of that thing is like...
I'm gonna make sure this one's still.
Okay. Well, it's all torqued down now. Well, guys, the sun's setting. It's getting darker. And this engine is
Getting closer.
getting closer. But I think that we're about to say that it's about done for today. So,
If
whatever.
it's nighttime, that means it's gym time.
That's right.
So we're gonna go ahead, get our asses out of here, check in for the next one when we go and actually test and see if this actually is okay, whether or not our compression's good. So next time we'll be getting that together and getting it ready. But outside of that, we'll see y'all in the next one.
And yeah, so yeah, we'll see you.
Later, guys.
Later.
Spin.
All right.
That seems kind of weak.